Today we're going to discuss something. We are going to discuss today about something called foreign exchange. Now, everybody knows what is foreign exchange. What is foreign exchange? It is something that we are dealing with some foreign currencies. Now, what is the meaning of foreign currencies? Say, for example, there are some other countries. They have their own currencies, which means, say, for example, that USA have US dollar, Canadians have Canadian dollars, so Indians have Indian rupees, Japanese have their yen. So when a trader or an exporter or importer or an investor from these countries come and want to invest or do trade with India, we want to exchange their currencies with our currencies. So, at that time, there's a market where we are exchanging the two currencies, and whenever there's an exchange, there is a price, and that price is known as the foreign exchange rate. Now, for example, why foreign exchange is becoming very, very important in today's lives. Each of us, our lives are getting influenced by a foreign exchange transaction. How is that? We, even if we are not an exporter and importer, are our lives getting influenced by foreign exchange? Definitely, yes. Now, let us first understand what is the meaning of foreign exchange. Now, if an exporter is sending the goods to USA, the US citizen will basically send him US dollar. So when that US dollar reaches India, it gets converted to Indian rupees. The exporter earns from that, and he is able to employ more people. And the employment in India, because of a transaction via US citizen, it goes on. So we are finding that the Indian employment is helped by a foreign exchange transaction, to be specific, an export transaction with a US citizen. Now, let us also understand how the import is going to help us. Say, for example, I want to import a high quality machine from Germany. Now, why should I import? Why should I want to import such a quality machine? Say, for example, I am producing some goods. So I want to increase the prices of the goods. But if I want to increase the prices, will the other persons pay? No. Why? Because every commodity has a particular quality and a value is associated. So if I increase the rate, if I increase the grade of that commodity, if I increase the quality of that commodity, I will be able to charge higher prices. Now, how shall I increase the quality? I bring an imported machinery, I produce better goods, the wastage is less, and I am commanding a higher price in the Indian market. So an Indian producer, an Indian business stands to gain from the import transactions as well. We are, as Indians, we get a supply of better quality goods. So our standard of living goes up. So imports are helping us in improving our standard of living. Now, this was about exporters and importers. So definitely employment is going up, our standard of living is going up, but are we going rich from one place to another? Are we becoming more wealthy? Let's say how. Say, for example, one of the most important places of investment is the equity markets or the share markets, as we commonly call them. So, for example, if I have bought a share at 100 rupees and if the market itself is zooming, so the price of my share after some time will be 150 rupees. So, if I buy at 100 rupees and I'm selling at that time at 150 rupees, I gain a 50 rupees from one single share transaction. But how foreign exchange is connected with that? Say, for example, there are some investors who are situated in some foreign countries. Let's say an investor, you, who is situated in USA. Now, he also wants to invest in India. When wants to invest in India, he is basically having US dollar with him. But in the share market, if you want to buy a share, you have to pay in Indian rupees. So he brings the US dollar, converts into Indian rupees, and thereby he is able to buy the shares. So that's very easy to understand. But how is it that we are affected with that? See, if we are allowing that US investor to come, he is bringing huge amount of dollars. So huge amount of conversion is taking place. So the share market is basically going up because somebody from outside the country is coming, converting into Indian rupees, that means the foreign exchange is concerned. And now, when he is buying shares in the Indian markets, the prices, the market prices of the Indian shares are also going up. So, what was previously 100 rupees when I bought, the FIIs came, the foreign institutional investors came, they've also started buying shares. So, the prices of the shares went up, and I was able to sell at 150. And now, although I am not concerned, I am not connected to any foreign exchange transaction, I am benefited by a foreign exchange transaction. So what is the benefit? I become wealthy. And who is responsible for that? The FIIs who are coming. So we understand that any type of investments which are coming from abroad will help our economy. Similarly, if the trading of the goods are taking place, we are understanding that those type of trading will help improve the standard of living and the employment position in our country. Now, when people are becoming very educated, they are getting job opportunities abroad. So, for example, let's say the IT engineers, which is India's very strong point, are getting employed in US markets or in US, in the country of USA. So, when they are earning in US dollar, their family are probably. So when they are earning in US dollar, their families are in India. So they are sending the salary they are earning from USA to India. They're converting into Indian rupees, and we in India are getting benefited by the foreign exchange transactions. That means conversion of US dollar to Indian rupees. So we understand that the foreign exchange transactions are basically helping us in raising our wealth and standard of living, and also the remittances or the salaries which are coming from people who are working outside India but sending their money in India. Now, when we are getting this amount of money, say for example in the form of investments or taking a loan from outside, or the remittances or repatriation, for example salary, etc., in all these three type of transactions I mentioned right now, no goods are involved. That means when a FII is investing in India, he does not need to have any good for that. I don't need to send any goods or services for that. Similarly, a worker in Gulf, when he's sending his salary, we did not need to send any goods for that. Also, if we have taken some loan from outside, and when the foreigner is sending me the money, I don't need to say any goods. In a similar way, when I'm repaying back the loan, no goods transaction is involved. If I'm investing in foreign markets, the good transaction is also not there. So if I'm going outside, I'm studying in foreign universities, I'm paying my fees in foreign currency, then also goods transactions are not involved. Now, these are all collectively called the capital account transactions, and the total inflow minus the total outflow will be called the balance of payments. So in short, balance of payment refers to whatever money coming from abroad to India minus whatever money going to other foreign countries from India. Now, uh, if we have in a position that our all our remittances are coming more than we are sending outside, we have a surplus balance of payment position. If we find that we are sending outside more money and we are receiving less money, we'll be calling it as a deficit balance of payment position. So we will be talking about in details about balance of payment, surplus, deficit, help. It is giving what is the problem if we are not having enough foreign exchange reserve in our subsequent videos. Hope you enjoyed this video. All the best.